Hello technology lovers, how are you doing? Welcome to this new video on the channel where we're going to check out this smart lock we have here and its companion, which will allow us to configure and customize the access and unlocking of the doors of our business or our home. Since it has 5 different methods to unlock all the doors, and we can do it remotely without subscriptions, and it has a super simple setup and installation. So let's put it to the test, let's check it out and get to know it in depth here at TechGround. Before we get into the details, let me tell you a bit about the brand. And that's because Willock has specialized in creating smart security systems, and they have a wide catalog. Have we already reviewed any other devices from this brand here on the channel? And their goal is to create safer businesses and homes, and above all, to make access easier with connected and modern security systems. If you like TechGround's content, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any tech reviews. Now let's focus on what's important to us and what we enjoy. Let's unbox these packages. Let's start with the first box, the blue box, where we find the lock, the WeLock printed circuit board, 51. And as soon as we open it, we see the instruction manual in different languages. And underneath, very well protected, is the lock itself. And this box, where we'll find different tools and accessories, like the 3 blue non-fungible token cards labeled Smartlock, and a quick response code to configure them. We also see an Allen key, a screwdriver, and an extender for the cylinder so we can extend it if our door is a bit wider. The pick to reset the device itself, and various screws and rubber pieces to put inside the device. And here, very well protected, we see the lock, a lock with a metallic finish that looks quite sturdy, and this is what comes inside the lock's box. Now the Wi-Fi boss, the small white box, the top displays Wi-Fi boss and the brand name. And as soon as we open it, we find the instruction manual in a small bag containing 3 cables, a power cable so we can connect it to an intercom or a door entry system, which we can power if we want to open it directly with a button or a switch. An RJ45 cable for the device's own internet connection, and a USB-A to USB-C cable to power the Wi-Fi box. And right below, we can already see the device itself, the Wi-Fi box, as you can see in black. We see the various ports, which I'll explain shortly. That's it. This includes all contents of the WeLock printed circuit board 51 and Wi-Fi box 51, as well as the Wi-Fi box itself. This is all we need for assembly. Now, both products are unboxed. Now, as always, we'll start by talking about the dimensions of each product, the finish of the materials, and the design of each one. Let's start with the lock, since this lock will have a size of 16 centimeters in height and 4 centimeters in width. And practically also 4, since it's 3.9 centimeters deep, weighing 480 grams, and finished with a combination of plastic and stainless steel materials. The stainless steel runs along the entire body of the upper knob and the lower knob, but on the lower knob we also have this plastic part where the numeric keypad, the small screen, and the rest of the things I'm going to tell you about now are located. It has 3 parts. The inner knob, which we can use to open and close the lock, our internal one of our home or our door. What this knob does is move the internal cam of the cylinder, then we have the cylinder part. The cylinder part has a diameter of 33 millimeters in height by 17 in width. Those will be the measurements to be able to insert it into our door, and it could fit door thicknesses from 3 centimeters up to 7 centimeters. Since it comes with this extender I mentioned earlier, which I'll show you how to install now. And the external knob, which will be kind of loose, so to speak, as long as you don't enter the correct code or grant access with some kind of unlock, okay? Both parts, as you can see, open. And here we have the extender I mentioned earlier that comes with a little screw in case we have a door that's a bit wider, so we can just use this extender. This is where the screw will go in. And we'll have a few more centimeters to be able to insert the knob later and enjoy this lock on doors that are thicker. Did I tell you that it comes with this and that it's super useful in case we have a reinforced, wider, older, or different door? With the Allen key, we'll tighten and loosen it to adjust it to the size of our door. At the bottom, when Just like on the other side, there's this little cover that we can remove with a tiny screw, also using this same Allen key. And once we open it, we'll be able to see that there are two little holes here. One hole is the one with the cover, the one we've seen, and the other hole is also for moving the outer knob. We loosen it a little, and as soon as we loosen it, we can also move the outer knob up to 2 centimeters away. As you can see, if we move this one and move this one, we can reach a width of up to 7 centimeters on the inside part. This will give us the versatility to install it on doors of different thicknesses. Once we have it, we tighten it again and it stays in place. Come on, this is very simple. On the bottom edge, on the lower part, here we'll have a single flap that will open where the USB-C will appear, and we'll have the reset button to be able to reset it and set it back to 0. And if we unfold it, we see the battery compartment appear. Here we can already see some drawings on the front showing us the position of each battery. And that way we power the device so we can work with it. Honestly, I find this battery compartment a bit cumbersome since it doesn't have any latch, so it stays fixed or stays closed like this. You just have to press it and it should click, but I don't like it. Honestly, how do you put this part on here? Yeah, once you press it, I think it's great, but it would be nice if it had a click, you know? And in this part here, we would put the little screw back in, tighten it, and the cover would stay closed. Don't over tighten it, as the cover needs to catch the thread to prevent movement. And inside the little box, we have these rubber plugs that you saw earlier, which will go directly onto the screw so that no one can come with a wrench and open it. Alright? Later it will be removed with the pick, but at least you know that we have these rubber plugs to protect it, alright? This will be the design and finish of this lock. It looks pretty well built and of very good quality. And if we now go on to talk about the Wi-Fi box, this little device is super lightweight. It comes with the 3 cables you've seen, including the LJ45, with the USB to USB-C power cable, and also with a small power cable for the video intercom, or for the intercom if we want to connect it directly to the power supply. A black box, almost completely square, and it measures 7.3 centimeters by 9 centimeters by 2.7 centimeters thick. The front features the brand and 3 small indicator lights in blue, red, and green. For the power indicator, when it's on, the coverage it has, and the wireless for the Wi-Fi. To know if this option is also activated, at the bottom right we see the Wi-Fi box. On the left side, we see the settings button, the USB-C port for power, and the RJ45 port to connect to the network. Nothing on the right or bottom side. And on the back, there's a quick response code, just like the lock, to register the device. And on the top and on the upper edge, we do have the port, the one I mentioned to you, the double pin of the power cable to connect it to the intercom, and the antenna to provide Wi-Fi coverage to the lock. It weighs only 73 grams, that's all. Now for the connection process, what we would do is scan the quick response code on the box. It will send us a link where we'll open a tab in the app and it will take us to the store, in my case Google Play. If you have iOS, it will take you to your store and you'll be able to download the app directly when you open it. We see a plus sign, it's already telling us that we can add a device. So we tap it, scan the quick response code on the lock itself, and we'll have to enter the identification, which is the one that comes on the cylinder. We enter it. It's true that I had to exit and reopen the app after connecting it. It recognized it for me when I did that. But it didn't show it to me, like it was active and nothing happened, just as soon as I opened it. Here we can see that we have a complete tools panel where we can manage permissions, add passwords, and delete them. PWD command, add cards and delete them, add fingerprints and delete them. In this case, no, because it doesn't have a fingerprint sensor. Set a lock pin, choose the type of delay, the type of lock we want, active lock, lock history, where we can see all the activity of the lock, download the record of that activity, which is also super important. So if we have an office and we want to see who has entered or who has left at certain times, we can download that as well. The synchronization time, factory reset, and help, okay? As I mentioned, the bottom part has a USB port. Here we see the USB button, which, yes, if it runs out of batteries, which the manufacturer says will last about a year, we will get a notification and we can also open it using USB. So don't worry if you run out of batteries, you won't be left outside, you'll just have to connect the cable. We got these 3 little cards. And all you have to do is take the card, tap add card, and scan the card's quick response code. And then we would have access to unlock it. Our lock, you'll also be seeing the installation. It's very, very, very simple. I recommend configuring the lock before installing it. That is, have everything connected to the app first, so that when you arrive, everything is already preset. As you can see, it's quite versatile. Installation took me around 10 minutes. My advice is to first measure your cylinder to ensure it fits. And I've seen that a lot of people also measure them, install them, and compare them. I just gave it a little slack. I left a bit of space on both sides. I came in, picked it up, put it in place, and then adjusted the inside and outside knobs so we can install it properly. That is to say, there's no need to measure or take anything, just grab it and then tighten. And leave it a little loose so it can turn and doesn't rub against the door. Be careful when disassembling the cam, as the lock, you need to move the cam a little with the key to be able to take it out, otherwise you won't be able to remove it. Just remove a screw, take out the cylinder, put this one in, tighten and adjust. There's nothing else to it. And the Wi-Fi box, same thing. We go here in the app, tap add device, in this case add a gateway, which would be this, the Wi-Fi box. We register it, hold it down, 6 seconds. It takes about 3 minutes or so for the devices to recognize each other, a maximum of 3 minutes. For me, it took a little less. And as soon as it turns green, we'll have the connection. We can say, Alexa, open the front door. And how is it going to be connected if we have everything connected to the network? In my case, no, because I don't have Alexa or Google to be able to tell it, but it would be as simple as doing it from anywhere. We don't need to have Bluetooth or anything. Just open it from the app and the device will open. Now you're going to see the installation and the different methods, since it has 5 different ways. With the WeLock app, with codes on the keypad, with the near field communication or radio frequency identification card, and with Alexa. This does require this accessory, the Wi-Fi Box 3 we mentioned, and with remote access through Wi-Fi. So we have 5 ways to unlock our lock, and it's super simple, very intuitive, and very easy to set up. Well, in my opinion, the positive things about this tool are that it's very versatile, very easy to set up, and it would be great for office use. If you live with roommates or in your own house, do you want to have a smart lock for the storage room or the basement? Personally, I wouldn't put it on my front door. I tried it on the door of a house that's under construction. But I wouldn't put it on my front door because it doesn't guarantee me that security. Alright, this is more, well, focused on that for offices, for if you have an Airbnb, if you need to open the door for tenants from a distance who come every so often to give access. Also, the good thing is that you can give temporary access. You generate a password that expires and becomes unusable after 3 minutes. That's really good for staff. For example, if you're in a hotel or in a place with many rooms, you can manage access. The cards themselves, the ones we saw before, you sync them, you personalize them. That would be very positive. Also positive. You can control it with Alexa. I'm going to control it by voice command with Google using this Wi-Fi box. On the negative side, I wouldn't really trust those devices, as they can be hacked very easily and get into your house in no time, like a key. After all, it's more complex and requires additional knowledge. That's all there is to it. Or the price on their official website would be 169 euros for this WeLock printed circuit board. 51, I found it on Amazon for about 120 euros, and that's it. Take a look at their website. They have a wide catalog, and I'm telling you, it's very useful for, it depends on the services you want to use. So I'll say goodbye here. That's all about a smart lock, a device that can really help you have faster communication. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so we can see each other in the next video. Without further ado, goodbye. That's all for today. See you in the next video. Goodbye.